In this question, we're told that Layla makes 68 bracelets and 34 necklaces. Now, each bracelet needs 53 beads and each necklace needs 105 beads, and we need to work out the total number of beads that Layla uses. So let's look at this, the bracelets. Layla makes 68 bracelets and each bracelet uses 53 beads. So our calculation really is 68 times 53. So I'm going to use the grid method to do this. So let me draw my grid. I'm going to partition these two numbers. Let me write the word partition down. And this simply means just to split up. That's what we need to know that partition means. Now 68, you have 6 in the tens column, which is 60. Oh, let me put a times there. And you have 8 in the ones or the units column, which is simply 8. Now 53, 5 in the tens column, which is 50. And 3 in the ones or the units column, so we'll put that there. Now let's do this, 60 times 50. Now with this sort of question, if you hide the 0 there and there, it becomes 6 times 5. And 6 times 5 is 30. And now what I do is I bring 2 zeros back. So 60 times 50 is 3000. Now we have 60 times 3. Again, I'm going to hide this 0. So my calculation is 6 times 3. And 6 times 3 is 6, 12, 18. So I put 18 down here. And I have 1 0 here, so I'm going to bring that across. So 60 times 3 is 180. Now I move on to 8 times 50. Again, we hide this 0, becomes 8 times 5, and 8 times 5 is 40. And I bring this 0 back here. So 8 times 50 is 400. Now finally I have 8 times 3. And if you know your 8 times table, 8, 16, 24. So 8 times 3 is simply 24. Now my next step is to simply add these using column addition. So let me start here, 3000. That's that number there. Now I add 180. And I have to be careful, I line them up carefully. 180. Then it's 400. And finally 24. The first column is 4. 8 add 2 is 10. So I put the 0 down and I carry the 1 over. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus this 1 is 6. So I'll put 6 here. And finally in the last column, it's simply 3. So this is our number, and as before, 1, 2, 3, comma. So this here is our thousands, so it's 3,604. So I know the bracelets need 3,604 beads. Now the next part, we need to calculate the number of beads in 34 necklaces. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. 34 times 105. Now again, there's lots of ways of doing this. What I would do is I would partition this into 105 and multiply it by 34. So my first step is 34 times 100. And 34 times 100 is, that's a whole number. So you write the whole number down. And you have 1, 2 zeros. So you add 1, 2 zeros. 1, 2, 3, comma. That's your thousands. So it's 3,400. So I've done the first part. Now I need to do 34 times 5. So I can do that here as a column multiplication. So let me write that down. 34 times 5. So I do 5 times 4, which is 20. And I can't put 20 like this in one column. That would be wrong. The 2 I have to carry over. Now it's 5 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus this 2 that I've carried over is 17. So I put the 7 down and I carry the 1 over to the next column. I can write that straight down because I've finished with the calculation there. So my answer is 170. So 34 times 5 is 170. So I need to add 170 to get the total number of beads in these 34 necklaces. So let's do that. That's 0. That's 7. 4 plus 1 is 5. And 3 add nothing is simply 3. 1, 2, 3, comma. So this is your thousands. So it's 3,570. Now we simply need to add these two numbers to get the total number of beads. So I'm going to do that in column addition here. So let me start with 3,604, add 3,570. First column is 4 add 0, which is 4, 0 add 7, which is 7, 6 add 5 is 11. So I put the 1 down and I carry the 1 over to the next column. 3 add 3 is 6, plus the 1 I've carried over is 7. As before, 1, 2, 3, comma. So this is your thousands, so it's 7,174 beads. Let me just go over this calculation that we had, 105 times 34. I'm going to do this using the grid method. So let me split that up. So you've got 100 and you've got 5. So let me just put that there. 34 I'm going to partition or split up into 3 tens, which is 30, and 4 units or 4 ones, which is 4. Now we have 30 times 100. So whenever you multiply a whole number by 100, you write the whole number down. So I've written this 30 here, and I'm going to add 1, 2 zeros. 1, 2. So 30 times 100 is 3,000. Now 30 times 5. Now what I do is I'll hide this 0. 3 times 5 is 15. And I'll bring this 0 back here. So 30 times 5 is 150. 4 times 100 is 400. And finally 4 times 5 is 20. Now I simply add these 4 numbers here. So I'll do that in column addition very carefully. So the first number is 3,000. The next number is 150. But I have to be careful I put in the right column. 150. I've got 400 and that goes there. 400. And finally I have 20. I need to add them. The first column is 0. 5 add 2 is 7. 0 add 1 add 4 is 5. And the final column's got 3. As before, 1, 2, 3, comma. So this is thousands in your head. So it's 3,000 1,570.